My mother-in-law tried to ruin everything for me. Tried to set me up so I look like the bad guy. Well, I decide to get a little bit of revenge. She loves her hair. It's like the best thing about her, so I'm going to ruin it. I married the perfect man, but my mother-in-law has to stop with her mistreatment of me, or I will blow a fuse. I feel so bad posting about this because she's not a bad woman, but she does get annoying at times. With her blood relatives, she's an angel. But when it comes to me, she's failed to accept me, and I'm still trying to figure out why, because I've done everything and anything I can to get her to like me, but she still cannot get to that point. Even when I was engaged to my now husband, Joshua, she used to make comments about me. I'm not the most conventionally attractive person, but I take care of my appearance. Part of doing that is buying clothes that fit me and looking good. People always compliment me about my style, and it gives me this ego boost. But guess who gives me a problem about how I look? Well, she feels as if I waste too much money on clothing, as if she knows our budget. To be honest, she knows our house budget because she's invasive, and her son does not tell her to back off. It's not only that, but she feels that she can have an opinion on everything in my life. She criticizes the way that I cook for my husband. He loves spices, but she does not like to cook for him with spices. She says that I'm damaging him, so when she comes to my place, she just cooks this tasteless food. And I've tried telling her, but she does not want to listen to me at all. That is despite the fact that after she leaves, he has to get me to cook for him again. We have a running joke with Josh that he's so slim because of his mother's bad cooking. We can say that it's a joke, but there's so much truth to the joke. He loves my cooking, but he's too shy to tell her that she cannot cook. So, he just allows her to sit at the table and tell me that the food I cook is too bitter and spicy so that she can feel better. I get it. He wants to make his mom happy, but what about me? I have to constantly live up to the image he has of his mom, and I'm tired of feeling like I'm not good enough. He loves her too much to the point where he's blind. But now, after what she's done, I don't want to see her in my house ever again. I've made the decision I have to let him know. He can go to her house and visit her. They cannot just hang out in my house together because I don't know what else she's going to mess up at my home. That is because she actually nearly cost me my job. Oh, how? Well, in my house with my husband, we have 2 bedrooms. Ours and a spare bedroom where we put everything, no matter what it is. I used to work when I'm at home because of the fact that my workplace is a hybrid environment. Sometimes I go on site and sometimes I work from home, depending on some factors. I work as a project manager. I take my job very seriously because I have to deal with important pieces of information daily. And now she messed with that, and I spent the weekend where I was supposed to be at home relaxing, fixing her mess. She thought it was funny and a prank, but I'm still figuring out the prank so that I can laugh. She slept over on the weekend at our house, and after a long day of dealing with her stuff, I just wanted to rest. So, we all went to bed and she slept in the room that doubles as my office. In the morning, while we ate our breakfast, she came out of the room and was screaming. She said that something bad happened and my screen was black. I felt like dying in that very instant because I had all my work stuff. So, my husband rushes there to see what's going on because I was going on site in 2 days and I had everyone's assignments on there. He came back and told me that it was really off and he was struggling to turn it back on. So, I go to the room and I saw the same thing. All my monitors were black and not turning on. That's when she laughed and said that she had learned about a new setting on the internet and she tried it on my laptop and it seemed to work. So, I asked her if she knew the way to turn it back to normal and she told me that she had left the video midway. According to her, she's been pranking people with this for weeks and it's turned out well for her. I didn't believe it. mainly because of the fact that I could not turn anything on for another hour. When I finally got everything back to normal, that's when I realized that she had meddled with my work. I told my husband, but he told me that she could not do that because she was not good at working with computers. But I would love to know how she's not good at working with computers. But she managed to delete important data and close most windows that I was working on, which I never saved. The part about forgetting to save, that's on me. But I'm used to just leaving stuff like it is in my own home when I'm a bit tired and then going on the next day, so it's nothing new. But what she did was 100% intentional. I'm screwed for the rest of the week now, and I have to make excuses and delay stuff at work. I mean, I'm the project manager. I have to be on track at all times, but look at me. I'm not on track at all. I've lost a good chunk of my work, all because of her, and she refuses to accept responsibility. In fact, she says that I should have been more careful with my stuff, and my husband said that he's not getting involved. I feel that not getting involved is the same as saying that he believes her over me. I told her to leave early that morning, even though her husband was supposed to fetch her later that day. I had no choice but to kick her out of that room, because I was going to be chained to that room for the rest of the day. I even told my husband to leave me alone. So, I spent all weekend stuck in that room overworking myself to finish my work. Luckily, I got it done by the time Monday came, and I crashed at 2 in the morning on Monday. Thank goodness for my husband who woke me up that morning. Once I woke up, I was able to go to work and everything was fine, but imagine if she had done that on a weekday and I did not have a day and a half to fix what she's done. That would have been so crappy, and I would have been in so much trouble. By the way, my husband and I have been fighting because of her for a week. I've had no choice but to ban his mom from coming here because she's always breaking stuff. She says that it's an accident, but if you saw how negligent she is with our things, you would not think it was an accident. Her excuse is always, "You're rich. You can just go buy another one." Yes, my mother-in-law literally says that as if it does not make a financial dent in me at all. Not only that, but she's always on my case about stuff. Over the past week, she's been nagging us about stuff that she left here, and I told my husband to give her back her stuff, but he says that he's too busy, so who has to do it? Me. After all she has done to me, I have to go to her house and give her the stuff that she left here after she almost ruined my life? As you can tell, I'm not very happy about it, and I feel that she needs to apologize when I see her. Update. She is not a very good person, and I want to put her in a place. Hey guys, before everything else, I want to clarify that when I kicked her out of my house, I did not do it in a violent way. I just told her that I needed the room, and that if she wanted, she could wait for her husband. She left at some point, and her side of the story is I kicked her out like a dog. I tried to be as polite as possible with her, while trying not to have a mental breakdown. But she does not appreciate that, of course. But we're not going to cry about the same things that we cried about last week. She's done something again this week that's made me feel that she needs to be put in her place, but I don't know how. I'm still thinking about it, and maybe some inspiration will strike me, but while I wait for it, I just need to tell you what she's done this time, and you will not believe it. She has a sister who was younger than her. Her sister is very rich, because when she was young, she invested, and she was very smart with her money. Unfortunately, her sister's gotten not feeling well these days, and she's gotten to the point where she has to stay in bed all day. She also has to use a wheelchair, so my mother-in-law and other relatives are taking turns taking care of her. So, I went to see them on the weekend, just because of the fact that I actually like her sister. Her sister is very nice, and she does not meddle in anyone's business but her own. When I went to visit her, I noticed that she was ignoring her sister, who was just asking her to bring her a certain newspaper. I found out where they sold the newspaper and I bought it for her, as well as other editions, just in case. We spent the day talking about business, and I love talking about that stuff. It gives me a high that even my husband can't understand. He's an engineer, but unlike me, he knows how to turn it off, but I don't. Before I was about to leave, I noticed that her sister did not seem happy. So, I just asked her what was wrong with her, and she said that she thought it was better for her to go back to her house and have a nurse take care of her, than to have my mother-in-law take care of her. I asked why she felt that way, and when she told me, I was so heartbroken. She said that my mother-in-law has been bragging about how she's richer than her sister, Ruth, and her excuse is she's rich because she actually has her health. I know. How would you ever say that to someone who's wheelchair-bound? She told me the whole time that she's been living there. She's been giving her sister money for expenses and also money for her medication. Sometimes she forgets to give her the medication, which is a problem, because they have a higher cabinet. Her brother-in-law tries to help when she asks, but her own blood sister does not care about her. When I found out about it, I was boiling with anger. This entire time, I thought that I was the problem, but now I see that she has a problem with any woman who is successful, and I don't get why. I'm trying for the life of me to get why she hates her kind of sister so much, and the only thing that I'm coming back is, well, jealousy. She is very jealous of her sister, and she was jealous of me when she came to my house. Yeah, she might be in her 60s, but she sure talks about back in the day a lot, and all the things that she wanted to do a long time ago. She did not get to do all that, so now she's a bit bitter. But I don't think that's a valid excuse for her behavior. Far from it. I actually think that she needs to be put in her place. I mean, for real. I now have even more motivation to teach her a little lesson. I don't want to harm her. I just want to prank her and show her where meddling gets her. I think that if I do that, then maybe she'll be taken down a notch or two for a while. I'm doing this for her sister, who she has been so bad towards, and I'm taking ideas for pranks. Something small but funny, not harmful like what she did to my work. Oh yeah, I forgot to give you the update. Work did not go very well this week. I tried to get everything done, but I missed a lot. So, because of her, I missed a very big opportunity at work, and my superiors wanted me to focus on fixing the stuff I got wrong. So, they gave the client that I've been wanting to work with to somebody else, and I'm so angry. If it was not for her, then that client would have been mine. Easy peasy. Update number 2. Hey guys, just a very short update. Just wanted to let you know that I found the perfect prank for her that's going to get her to stop meddling. She loves getting into my business, so I'm going to involve her. Let us just say that since she has such values for herself, I'm going to overstep that boundary, as she's done my work. It's going to be so funny. People might even find what I do cute. The prank will not hurt her. It'll make actually everyone in the house happy, depending on their sense of humor, of course. Update number 3. She fell into my trap. Guys, I'm freaking out right now. I can't believe how all this worked out, but all I can say is that every time that I think about it, I want to laugh. I wish I could show you exactly what I did, but I'm going to explain it to you. Earlier today, we had a family function. It was a barbecue to celebrate one of the cousins buying a home. It was a very chilled event, which was why it was the perfect place to expose her. I planned to get her to expose her own maliciousness to the whole family who was present. If they could see how she is, it would make me feel better about what she did to me and her sister. The first step of the plan was to get her to spill something on her. That would force her to go take a shower and then use the bathroom products. In the bathroom, I put a bottle of one of my most expensive shampoos and told people not to touch it. I knew she would not resist, because it was going to spite me. But when she used it, she was going to get a nasty surprise. There would be no mistaking the fact that she used my expensive shampoo, and I would then say that she stole my shampoo and she wasted it. At most, she would suffer minor embarrassment, and, well, I would hit her where it hurts the most. Her hair. She loves her hair so much. It's why she did a bit of modeling when she was younger, and since she wanted to mess with my work, then I think I was allowed to mess with her work. It was the perfect, foolproof plan, and everything went according to it. Except for the part where she found out about my plan. The first part of the plan went well. As I was going down the stairs with a plate of food, I bumped into her and got it all in her hair. She was mad at me, and she told me that I was useless. I pretended to feel sorry and offered just to help her clean it up, and I left her in the bathroom, and then I waited 20 minutes for her to come out, freaking out. But she never did. Well, I started to become worried, so I went to the bathroom where I saw that the bottle was gone. Surely she had fallen into the prank because it was all that I wanted. I went back and saw that she looked like she was okay. Her hair was untouched. I could not believe it. I pretended to be okay for the rest of the party, but I was feeling very embarrassed. I was sure that she knew it and she was going to tell my husband. Then it came. She decided to ruin me. She had been giving me the look that she knew all right, and I was scared about what she would say to him. I was so stressed that I did not notice someone coming for me until I felt something wet and cold on me. Once I got the cake out of my face, I noticed one of the little kids grinning at me. She laughed and said that, haha, gotcha. I asked what she meant about that, and she said that she noticed I played the game with her grandmother earlier, and she thought it was funny. I get so mad. I cannot believe that this 12-year-old child could think this was an accidental joke. Are you mad? You ruined my outfit. But Grace, you can go shower. Oh, and I found this. My mother-in-law threw my bottle at me. I don't need to wash my hair, and where did you get that? I've been looking for it. Oh, please stop it. Admit that you put hair remover in there so that when I wash my hair, it would fall out. You're lying. Huh. I knew about your scheme before you even pretended to dump the plate of food on me, dear. Is it because of me losing your work? I told you I was sorry. I promise that I was not trying to harm you. This was not hair remover, I swear. Oh, really? I heard you speaking to someone on the phone about how you were going to ruin it. My beautiful hair. I try to explain, but they all start to chime in, telling me that I must apologize. My husband was standing there, and he had the angriest look on his face. I tried to touch him, but he pushed me back. No one even let me explain. I was humiliated. It was supposed to be a harmless prank, and I did not want to hurt her. Okay, then let me use this. If my hair falls out, then what? So, Grace, are you not going to admit it? My husband asked, and I refused. I was not going to let her win at this manipulation. I just wanted to embarrass her, show them how she stole my shampoo, and let her be the one to try to explain. I wanted to show them that she does not do things by accident. She cannot blame being old on her inability to disrespect me. She does the same thing to her sister, manipulates her and uses her, then acts like an absolute saint. I wanted someone, anyone, to believe me. If her hair falls out, then I'm sleeping at my mother's house tonight. I watched as she smugly went past me and she went to use the product. I could not help but smirk a little in my heart. That's because she assumed that I wanted to harm her when I just wanted her to teach a lesson with having a bit of fun. Sure enough, a few moments later, she actually came out screaming. People gave me nasty looks, and they were so glad that they were not part of the drama. My husband gave me a look, and when he went to fetch her, when they came out, everybody gasped because her hair was intact. It was just the color pink. Congratulations, you're going to be a grandmother. I'm pregnant with a girl. Every single person's jaw dropped, and then I heard laughter. They were also relieved that I did not try to mess with the most important assets that she had. Of course I didn't destroy her hair. It had been intentional. She was going to come with pink hair, then I was going to accuse her of stealing my dye, saying I wanted to use it on my own to do a gender reveal. She was going to look like a bad person while I came off unscathed. She thought I was just like her, and that I would sabotage her, but she exposed herself. I can't believe you thought she would harm you, her sister said.
Yeah, that's uncalled for. She just wanted to do something sweet for you.
I'm leaving. I can't be here. I feel so hurt right now. I can't do anything right in your eyes. Then I left. I had to go right now, but I'll post the rest of what happened soon. These days, I get so tired because of my condition. Update number 4. I just realized I skipped on some details. I'm trying to fill in as I go, and here's some of the blanks I missed. I'm about 5 months pregnant. A scan confirmed it that I'm having a girl. I didn't know that I was pregnant, and I've just been feeling sick. I did not notice when I skipped my cycle because I was stressed. Then after she cost me the opportunity, I became even more sick, and went to the hospital where they found out I was pregnant. So, I decided to do the baby reveal dye prank, and it was supposed to make her look bad while announcing good news to the family. No one could be angry with me, and she would look like a meddling manipulator like she is. In the way that it turned out, I both succeeded and failed. She was obviously angry and felt as if I went too far by allowing her to mess up her own hair, even though I knew it was harmless dye. Some family members feel I could have stopped any time, well, before it got too far. It was a semi-permanent hair tint that you just use on your hair. It comes out after a day most of the time, so I don't get why they're so pressed. Then there's my husband, who was angry with me. He feels that both me and his mother messed up and we caused drama for nothing, and he hates being stuck in the middle of all our drama and just wants us to get along. I cannot believe that he's taking her side once again. I never had bad intentions. It was just a harmless prank, but he says that we should not have gotten to the point where he wanted to stay at his parents' house. He said that he really thought I wanted her hair to fall out, because I still blame her for what happened to my work. That's true, but I cannot admit it to him. I thought that he was just going to be happy about the baby and a bit upset with his mother. I did not think that he was going to have a full-blown tantrum. He needs to grow up, right? Update number 5. By the way, things have calmed down at home. In fact, there are people who think it was very funny. They say that they've been wanting to knock her down a peg or two for a while, and I did that. I don't feel so angry with him anymore. I think you guys were right. I don't have to fight with him like that because it'll mean that she has won. So, I decided to be honest with him and tell him that I was upset about what she did, so I did a plan of a harmless prank. I decided to be the bigger person and apologize. She was acting so dramatic when she saw me, like I attacked her or something. Even her sister had to tell her to calm down because of how she was treating me. At least, well, she's the bigger person and she admits she's wrong. Forgive her, she said. Shut up, Ruth. You're so annoying just like her. Can you not be a burden to someone else? I told her that was uncalled for. Ruth was her sister and not a burden. She starts to laugh and she said it's not for the money. She would not be living with her. I told her to stop. Ruth was right in front of her and she scoffed. She told me that my days with her son were numbered, and then she turned around to leave, only to run into her son. The look on his face said it all. And, well, he had seen firsthand that his mother was not a good person like she said she was. Her mask had fallen, and I did not even have anything to say. He told her that he could not believe what she just did. Say that about me and Ruth? He said that all along he thought that she and I just misunderstood each other, but it turned out that she just wanted to separate us. She tried to explain, but he told her that we are leaving. So, we left. The drive home was quiet, and I could see that he was indeed hurting, and I felt terrible about it. I let him have his space, then when he was ready, we talked it through. We had a heart-to-heart and forgave each other, and then we decided that from now on, we're focusing on our family. Update number 6. Hey guys, so it's been 2 months since I gave birth, and I'm the happiest that I've been ever. The last month of my pregnancy were drama-free. My baby shower, she was not invited, and to be honest, it was a good event. My child's other grandmother, Ruth, was so supportive during my pregnancy. It was nice to not be treated like a burden in the family anymore, and that helped me feel a bit closer to my husband. Ruth has been going to a physio, and she feels so much better now. Sometimes she can wear crutches even. She has stayed with us for the past few months after her sister kicked her out, and I think that losing her son made her snap. She kicked Ruth out and blamed her for everything, and anyone that tried to side with us had to deal with her degrading them. It was very ugly, the way the family slowly broke off into sections, and there were people who think that I should have been the bigger person and that I'm purposefully separating her from her son, which is not the case. They say that I've stooped to her level, which is not the case. But then, there are those who are glad that I stood up for myself. She's been treating me like a pushover for years now, and it's good that she gets to be knocked down a peg or two. The incident is now a joking matter in the family, but some people take sides, and there are members of the family who still will not talk to me to this day. I think it's their own choice who they support. If they think it's my fault, then who am I to stop them and try to convince them otherwise? My husband does not care what anyone says. He's just focused on our family. He's like a new man, and I fell more in love with him every single day. He wants nothing to do with her, and there's nothing I can do to convince him. It does not help that she's still upset about everything to this day. I even offered to allow her to see the baby for a while, because I thought maybe the baby could help her soften her heart. But she sent me a long message, telling me that she knows I'll be a bad mother, and that me, Ruth, and Josh deserve each other. I tried, but I think that there's nothing more I can do. On the bright side, when I go back to work, I have a mini promotion set out for me. My work has been so good that they finally gave me a project that I'm going to enjoy. It's so similar to the one that she messed up on, but this time, she's not here to mess it up for me. I can't believe how lucky I am right now. So, it looks like mother-in-law bit off more than she could chew. I would love to hear from you guys. My biggest question I want to ask you is, do you think OP went overboard with the little prank that she pulled on mother-in-law? It kind of backfired on her at first, but she recovered and, well, we learned that she was pregnant and the plan was way deeper than we even expected. But at the end of the day, karma spoke for itself. Because, well, OP's husband found out everything that his mother was saying right there under his nose. So yeah, karma came back and now there's no contact, but I want to hear from you guys exactly what you think about this story. Drop your comments down below. Let's discuss it. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name's Mr. Reddito. I drop a video every single day and we cover some crazy stuff. So if you want to see more videos, all you gotta do is hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and remember, it's cool to be kind. See ya!